We're continuing to track the path of Dorian. The National Hurricane Center says that the storm could bring dangerous storm surges to parts of the East Coast. And Ken Graham is the director of the National Hurricane Center. He's joining us now from Miami with more on the path. Man, Ken, you are one of the hardest working people over the past few days, but you're always there when we ask. What's the latest on Dorian's path?
I tell you, Anne-Marie, still continue to batter the coast. Hurricane force winds right there, right off the coast, but the tropical storm force winds stretching well inland. Still 115-mile-an-hour hurricane, still moving to the north, but eventually bending off to the northeast a little. So getting very close to the coast of South Carolina and North Carolina. That's why we get that hurricane warning up for the portions of the coast, North Carolina, South Carolina. It's just a lot of wind, a lot of water, and storm surge.
Okay, so, what are the potential impacts? What are you most worried about?
It's the water, Anne-Marie, without a doubt, because you start looking at some of these values, 10 to 15 inches of rain in portions of South Carolina to North Carolina. The Weather Prediction Center has put out the highest risk that we have for the dangers of flash flooding, 6 to 10 stretching inland. But not only the rain, I mean, you really look at some of these surge values. The storm surge is so dangerous, potential storm surge. This is water up your pant leg. This is above ground. Some areas seeing 7 foot, 8 foot, all the way up the coast, South Carolina to North Carolina. And not just on the coast. Look how far inland some of that surge had. Up rivers, up sounds, and it gets piled up. Just so dangerous. That's the leading cause of fatalities in tropical systems.
So then at this point, is Florida in the clear?
We're in the clear, moving northward, and looks like really now we're concentrating on South Carolina, North Carolina, and even a portion of Virginia as we move up the coast. So the water's so dangerous. And you look at the last 3 years of the fatalities in our hurricanes, half of those was the inland flooding, and half of those were in automobiles. So we got to talk about not driving your car where water covers the road. We really need to pay attention to that the next couple days.
Yeah, you can't say it more often because someone's going to try to leave. You can't tell how deep the water is until it's too late. We'll probably talk about that later on in the story, later on today, but before, I know I only have a little bit of time with you. So the intensity of the storm, overnight it intensified. Do you expect more fluctuations with this storm?
It can, and if you think about it, I was trying to tell people today, I mean, the difference between a Category 2 and 3 is 1 mile an hour. So when you're right on that edge, it could fluctuate back and forth. You can go from a 2 to a 3, but independent of those core winds, you're going to have that storm surge, you're going to have that rain, you're going to have the life-threatening situation currently with this water.
All right, all good information. Ken Graham, thank you.
You bet.